Okay guys, today we are reviewing this vacuum right here, the Dirt Devil Power Swerve 16 volt lithium. This is the box that it came in, and it just tells you the usual stuff. 16 volt lithium battery. The brush roll can be turned on and off. Easy assembly. It has a LED battery charge indicator light. It's very lightweight. It has a rinsable filter and has that Spin Pro premium brush roll for carpets and hard floors. It has a direct path technology for powerful suction, swivel steering. I know you can't see this. And easy empty extra large dirt cup. So I've already been using this vacuum for a while. So I'm going to tell you my experience with it, and I'm going to compare it to a conventional corded vacuum, which is that right there. This is what I normally use, and I've been using this for a while. But there are disadvantages to having this. It's big, it's heavy, and it has a cord. This one is little, it's light, and it's cordless. It does have a charger, but this you take off, of course. I just put it there to show it to you, but this is the way it normally is. So the question you probably want to know is, should you buy this as a replacement for that? The answer is no. This is a lot less powerful than that. And to give you an example, I just finished vacuuming the whole house, most of the house today, and this is what I got. That's how much dirt I got, and I got it from that. I've been using this too. If you were to do the same area with this and this from this vacuum, the cordless one, the battery one, you would get about 10% at the most of what you see here. So basically this vacuum is 10% weaker than that one. And that's the bad news. So I want to start you off with the bad news. It's 10% weaker. Is there any other disadvantage? The answer is no. That's really the only bad thing, and I understand it's the most important thing. The power, the suction power. So I guess you would have to. This vacuum only picks up the stuff that's at the very top. This one just pulls everything out. You get a lot of dirt, and we vacuum often, so it's not like we haven't vacuumed in 6 months. The last time we vacuumed was maybe a week ago, and we still got this amount of dirt. And if I were to vacuum 2 days from now, I would get about half of this amount of dirt. Of course, that's another story. The thing is, this thing is a lot weaker than that. So that's the only disadvantage, and yes, the most important thing. Now let's talk about the advantages. Well, the advantages is that it's very light. I can pick it with one hand. This one, whoa! I can damage something. I could damage an elbow with doing that. The other advantage is the this length right here. Smaller. So you would probably think, because it's smaller, it's going to take me a lot longer to vacuum. True, but also this will get into little tight spots between furniture where this one won't go. So overall, that's a plus. Another plus is that this roller can be turned off. This one, I don't know that you can. You can adjust the length of the roller, but you cannot turn it off. This one you can turn it off, and it has a switch, which I will show you in a moment. Another advantage is probably this is very easy to take out. I'm using just one hand because I'm used to holding the phone on the other. And you can pull this out. Remember, I'm using one hand. That's the permanent, that's the filter. It's washable. And that's just a piece of plastic that holds everything together. This is washable too. This is not washable because this is electronic, but these two things, those three things are washable. So let me try to put it back together with just one hand. So that's a plus. You can do this with one hand. So if you're missing an arm, and I'm not joking about this, you're missing an arm. Some people do have just one arm, and they have to live that way. This vacuum definitely has that advantage that you can do things with one hand. That won't happen with this one. This one, and I'm not going to try to review this one. You can lift this with one hand, but the other stuff you can't really do it with it's difficult to do with one hand. But of course, one-handed operation is not something I'm really talking about here. I'm just trying to review this. The other thing you can see on this vacuum is these two buttons right here. This is the power button, and this is the on-off roller. Talking about that roller. So why even mention that? They all have on-off buttons. I mean, all vacuums do. True. That's true. But look at this. The button is down here, while this one is up here. So it doesn't seem like a big deal when you do this a lot often, and we do this often in this house because we got people with allergies, and it does help to clean up. I can't reach it. You have to look for it. From here you can't even see it. Sometimes I'm looking for it to both turn it off and turn it on, and you have to bend. On this one you do not have to bend. This one, the on-off right here. And now I'm gonna turn off that roller. So first I turn it on, and then I use this to turn it off. And what else? Oh, this roller can be cleaned. And it can be taken off. I don't remember how you do that. Oh, here we go. It has a latch. I'm gonna try to do it with one hand. And there we go. So you put this on. You wash it basically. You wash it, and you can put it back in. See if I can figure it out with just one hand. And there we go. So that went well. And it has indicator LEDs. Not all the cordless vacuums have indicator LEDs. Let me pause the video. So this is what you see. 3 bars. So right now it's mostly charged. The two bottoms are solid. Oh, one disadvantage. I saw some of the other, I can't remember, I think it was Bissell, that same brand. The cordless vacuum, the Bissell brand, it had a joint here so you could fold it. So that's a consideration, but the disadvantages I saw in the Bissell is that it had a removable handheld vacuum here. So while that seems like a good thing, it adds complications to the vacuum. It has a joint here, has a connection here and a connection here. So every time you have a connection on a vacuum, you lose a little bit of pressure. So I picked the one that had the least amount of connections. So it has the most suction power. Nonetheless, these types of vacuums are very, very weak. So it will not substitute that. So am I returning this? The answer is no. I'm going to keep it because I can do a light cleaning on a daily basis or often. But this is going to still be used. And I'm going to be using this every week, I guess. Because I have to, unfortunately. I was expecting this to completely replace that so I could throw that away and never see it again. But that's not going to happen. One thing I forgot to mention about this vacuum and the big advantage that it has is when you have a 2-story house like I do. When you're taking this to the second floor, this is super. With my other one, my super heavy one, this one right here, it's a bit of a nightmare. And remember, I'm an able person to a reasonable degree, so I can take this up. But I can't imagine an elderly person or somebody with a disability, arthritis, whatever it is, having to take this to the second floor or even the third floor if you live in a big home. This is helpful if you have 2 floors. And let me show you. Let's go up. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Very easy. Okay, so normally I weight 152, and with the vacuum, $157. So 157 minus 152, it's about 5 pounds. Alright guys, so we are outside. The only reason why I bring it outside is so you can see all the details, because indoors you can't see anything. So we said it's about 5 pounds. 152 is my weight. With it, I weigh 157. So this is how it looks like. I'm outdoors, as you can see. So you're not going to use this outdoors. This is where you plug it in. Here's where the air comes out, I think. Here's where the buttons are. There we go. The top one is the power on off, and this one's the roller on off. These are the 3 LEDs. So you'll see that turn on when it's charging. I forgot to mention the loudness. Another thing I was hoping with this type of vacuum is that it would be, I hate that airplane, is that this would be so quiet that you could vacuum with people asleep. Don't buy it for that reason, because it is fairly loud. Even out here, let's listen to it. It's loud. So it's a little bit less loud than the corded one, but it's loud, so nothing special there. This is the roller. You use that latch right there to disconnect the roller, and as you can see, the roller can be turned off. Right there, it's off, on, off, and looks like we have an ant there. And you can see some of the dirt that's already coming in. Let me try to disconnect this again, if I can, so you can take a look at it from out here. I don't know how I did this before. There we go. So it's not fun. I'm gonna have to get some other type of camera where I can attach it to my head and then use both of my hands for all these reviews. I like doing reviews, by the way. As you can see in my channel, I hardly have any views on my reviews. Sometimes I have just 20 views per review. So it's nobody's watching my channel, but that's okay. I still enjoy making videos. I don't have those thousands of views like other people do. So this is the filter. It's a sponge. It's a black sponge. You can wash this. And this is the canister. I'll call it a canister. It's the container where the dirt will be collected. This comes out, and that you can clean this. This is washable. This is washable. This is washable, and this is washable. And this is not washable. You'll mess it up if you put water on this. So just bear that in mind. So it's very, very cool. This is so tiny, so compact. It's something that you can take with you in a car. I probably should show that. I will. Just let me put this back together. We'll see how it looks like in a car. And you put that there. And you put that there. All done with just one hand. So like I said, you can vacuum with one hand if you need to. So let's go to the car and see how it fits in a car. I'm gonna try to see how it looks on both vehicles. This is the smallest one. So basically any vacuum will fit in this one because it's a little bit bigger. But let's see how it works on this car. Let me open the trunk. So as you can see, I already have a few items in here. So I'm not going to take it out so it'll be a more realistic situation. So you put it in there and it fits. So there we have that. Open it up. Got a few things here. And let's see if it'll fit. And sure enough, it fits.